It's time for the handoff. Damian Barling, D'Lo, and KC coming up at noon. Are you a fan of how the postseason has been officiated in the NBA?
Is it that different than the way that the season was officiated
No.
since February? So no.
I think it's great.
I wasn't a fan of the mid-season switch. It's great if you're Adam Silver or whoever, and you want to, or it doesn't sound like it was Adam Silver. It sounded like it was either other owners or coaches or players, or maybe a collection. Maybe it was the media. Maybe it was Brian Windhurst. I don't know, but it was people complaining about the amount of points and things being too easy on the offense and too difficult for the defense. I think that's a tough thing to ask your entire league to adjust to in the middle of the season. That's what, I'm sure you could. I bet there was an increase in technicals with people asking, hey, what the hell is that's a foul? Well, not that was a foul in January. It's not a foul in February. That's tough, but that's always been the line about the playoffs. And even De'Aaron was talking about that last year. He said they let you get away with more in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all right. I don't have a problem with it. I had a problem with it in February. Is if you're be consistent with it throughout the playoffs, figure out what you're going to do in the off season. But yeah, I don't really have a problem with it.
Yeah, I was telling Kyle
there are
earlier,
far bigger other officiating problems than ticky-tack fouls.
Yeah, I was telling Kyle earlier, I feel like even the officials are struggling with it. Because we watched what happened last night where, again, I think the way that the action was so fast in that game, Michael Malone lost his cool. He lost his cool about the play before when Karl Anthony Towns just absolutely ran over Jamal Murray. And it was a blatant offensive foul. No question. He lowered his shoulder. He ran over a smaller player and went in for a basket.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, okay. And then the way Michael Malone goes crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're watching it. It's staring, the camera's right over the shoulder while Michael Malone is dropping F-bomb after F-bomb. He didn't even get a tech.
And Mark Davis lied to us.
He came all the way out onto the court.
Yeah.
He didn't.
Mark Davis, the pool, and I'm so glad that you explained to us how the pool reporter thing works, because it's fascinating. And for those that don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, there's one reporter who's allowed to ask. He's a designated reporter, and the questions are prepared in advance for the official. It
triggers, and then I'm given a question from another reporter, and I'm allowed one follow-up, but it has to be within the scope of the same exact thing.
And I don't know who dictates this, if it's the official or whoever, but there was occasions, and I think last night was an occasion where they'll answer more than one follow-up. But last night, it was asked in that game, why didn't Michael Malone's trigger a technical foul? Why didn't that reaction trigger a technical foul? And I think it was Mark Davis. I think that's who it was. I could be wrong. He might not have been the chief official, but I feel like he was talking to Mark Davis. Michael Malone was talking to Mark Davis. And the official said, well, even though Coach Malone was really animated, he didn't say anything that would trigger a technical foul.
They had to
go. You can see on camera what he's saying.
They went into commercial because of it. He was saying it was F.
Reading that pool report was wild. If that doesn't trigger a technical foul, what does? He got in your face like he was ready to fight. Yeah, that was wild.
He didn't say anything that rose to the level of meet the Grams, so we just kind of let him roll.
I guess not. Yeah, I guess not.
So there was, I'm just going to tell you guys this outwardly, and then we can move forward. There was an extra break added to our show that I did not notice. So I'm currently building this. So we're going to have to get out a little bit early.
Why was that?
I don't know.
Oh,
I've got to find out after. I thought maybe it was my mistake.
Bonus break.
But I did not, I didn't do anything wrong. So
you know what we need? More commercials. That's fine. No problem.
So that's what, so we're going to have to get out a little bit early here.
Okay.
James has 71,000 unread emails.
Oh, James, that's not. See, I couldn't handle that.
Insane.
I couldn't do that. I'm not one of those people. I don't like 3 unread email. I just would rather go and delete it.
Yeah.
Hey, respond to this to save your life. There's like 10 of these. Just delete. Get off. I
You
don't
respond
care.
to this many? No. I'll die then.
Just okay. It's gotten out of control. There's 40 in there. I got to get rid of them. I can't deal with that.
I'm at 25
And I
right
can't
now.
deal
and
with the
it's
people
stressing me
who
out.
don't read their text messages either.
Well, I read those.
Like,
Dave Garcia said he's got like 280 unread texts.
I believe it.
That's nuts.
I believe it. Dave's a busy man.
Well,
But still,
yeah, but
that'd drive me crazy.
just click on it then.
Yeah. Or block the person. Like, do something.
Yeah.
Just living out there in space. Goodness gracious.
The Mavericks and Thunder play tonight. Coverage begins at 6:00 right here on ESPN 1320. Leading you into that, though, D'Lo and Casey, what do you guys got coming up?
Trista Crick at 2:00. Jason Jones at 3:20. Always really fun conversations with both of them, NBA wise. Obviously, with Jason, we'll get his thoughts on Darvin Ham being fired and what's next for him. We'll talk all NBA. And then, of course, he's the culture writer at The Athletic, so I'm sure he has quite a bit to say about what happened this weekend, though he is a smidge bit of an impartial judge in all of this.
Little bit. Small bit.
Yeah, his son's name's Kendrick, so we're just going to we'll have to, keep that